Hey guys, we're looking at Zelda versus arknt0 today, and this game is of special interest to me because arknt0 is going to be my next opponent. So let's see, we have here the original plan, which is to build docks, fishing ships. Nothing special so far. Oddly close placement though, I'm not sure if he has a special reason for that. Probably to divide this up to half. Not sure, but let's see. So we're getting some food here by the Chinese god power. Wowza has just about enough food to build the first TC. Go. About 1 minute and 30 seconds we have red building the first TC. And of course the gods are Hades for red and Fuji for blue. I'm gonna be biased here and paying special close attention to red, seeing what he's gonna do once he faces me. 11 and 12 for food. By about 2 minutes and 20 seconds is roughly the average time, or it's a pretty decent time to finish as non-Egyptian civilization. Let's see what he's gonna push out. A few more villagers and hopefully age soon. Here we go with the temple. About 3 minutes in, the red's just gonna push out as many villagers, so if you can see, he's focusing on eco. He wants to make sure he has a strong eco in the next stage. Definitely to build the next TC very quickly. We're about 3 minutes in. Let's see if we're gonna age soon. There you go, so he's gonna start aging. It should be done by about 4 or so minutes. Of course, blue's not aging yet. Just gonna look this way, but look at blue's TC for progress. Okay, so he's gonna age after that. So he's gonna be late by about 30 seconds or so in terms of aging, which could prove to be a big issue. So we have Hades here, so what is he gonna want to do? He's probably gonna use a Cyclops and a hero or so to try to rush, create some issues for blue. So right off the bat we move on to the second TC, and here's the Cyclops. Let's see what he couples with that Cyclops. Maybe a hero, maybe this cavalry, or... Okay, so we see lots of Pegasus here, Pegasi. He's gonna wanna maintain the ability to use god powers throughout the game, so needs that line of sight. We have blue's scouts attacking the TC. Gives them a good indication of where red is. Okay, blue's still not ready to. He's very short on gold. Oh, so he already. Okay, that's why. That's why it's short. Build a TC. Did a pretty decent job slowing red down, even though it's by a few seconds. Little things matter, especially early on in the game. Whether or not you build a wall is completely dependent on the type of player you're playing against and their god and how sure you're of yourself and what you can do. If you know you're going to be pushing out very soon, then you probably don't need a wall. In this case, this Cyclops is going to create some havoc here. Okay, we have a hero there. Let's see if anything else. So the third TC for thereabouts. Let's see. Let's go to red's view. So again, he's ahead by maybe 30 seconds or so as before, and that's of course a huge issue for blue because timing is everything in the early rounds. In terms of eco, they're about the same roughly, except for food they're about the same. So long term there's not going to be an issue there in terms of who has more in the steady state. I mean, it's gonna equalize at some point when red builds more ships. The bigger issue is timing it as of now. So let's see if when it's gonna age. He's just now about to age. He's building an armory. What about blue? If blue could make up for fast heroic, make up for the previous age by fast heroic, that'd be great. So it looks like he is, and let's see where red is. Right, so they're gonna end up about the same time. So of course red's gonna want to underworld from about here to around this area. Okay, so red's gonna start building one villager at a time, kind of in parallel. Whereas blue likes to do it in series, nothing wrong with that. Technically faster results. We get some infantry going here, maybe some toxotes. Okay, so he has the underworld, but nothing to deliver yet. So he's gonna wanna get that line of sight, and I think blue is gonna find out here that what's about to happen to him in terms of UV on the world. Stage is set for a conflict here. Roughly comparable units. Okay, so he's gonna use the uproot god power against red. Would be very useful if he had some siege or just a little bit more troops so that you could kind of top that off. So blue's gonna attack from this side, the right side. Kind of one by one he moves forward. But he has no hero on this side, so that's a problem. He's gonna need one or two heroes there at least. by one, which is a good strategy. Just kind of divide and conquer type of strategy here. It's gonna go forward, but there's no hero still, which is gonna be an issue with the Manticore. Fun fact is that the Manticore is a Persian mythical creature. The Greeks and the Persians kind of share that mythical creature in their mythologies, and in Persian that would be Manchor, would be the name of the Manticore. It's a little fun fact. Blue's gonna pull back here, and he's gonna have some Jianqi. Personally, don't use Jianqi much. Let's see what it does. Okay, so we have cavalry going against hoplites, which is not a good idea. They're gonna back away again from each other, and let's see what happens. Look at the map too, look at the distribution. Blue has a pretty sizable army at this point. Just the first set of upgrades from the War Academy. And the basic upgrades for cavalry, he has them. And let's look at red has many more upgrades, armory included, so he's gonna have a slight edge there. But blue's gonna methodically kind of work his way forward, which is good. He's gonna pull that cavalry back out against the hoplites. He wants to prevent that at all costs. Let's see how he's gonna micro this. Let's see who's going against who. They pull back once more. And red here has the advantage, of course. That slight edge in technology is gonna really affect things here. Pull back once more, regroup. 41 archers against infantry, some counter infantry, cavalry here. Have some castles going up here finally. Let's see, 15 to 19, so counter archer. Right, so that's going to be perfect for these archers here. Toxotes against infantry. Kind of curious now. Just building 7. Hack attack. Let's look at the Toxotes. 9 pierce attack. 9 pierce from this side. 9 hack attack from this side. Okay, just pretty somewhat equal footing here in terms of damage. Except for, you know, the matchups, the counters, of course. So they successfully take down 1 cav. And these cav are probably they're somewhat expensive, not a whole lot. As compared to the right, it's apples to oranges, I guess. Different units. It's going to be a little bit of kind of tactical hits here and there, kind of taking away a few units. No major war yet. Archers are here doing great support on both sides actually, but the hoplites are really just raking through the cav here, which is kind of predictable in terms of when we first saw it, we knew it was going to happen eventually. So we have some fire lancers coming out, too few of them though. We need more castles on this side. It's going to push with a Great Flood. There's no heroes here, so that's not. A little bit more preparation would be great on this side. So significant damage to the buildings. It's gonna work on those archeries. But of course red has some non-negligible buildings on this side. And some Heliopolis.
First, there was darkness. Then came the strangers. They were a race as old as time itself. They had mastered the ultimate technology. The ability to alter physical reality by will alone.
So we're gonna have.
They called this ability
A few more upgrades. So still have the Heliopolis here, which is gonna focus on that, but Pierce attack is not gonna do much here. Let's see, actually. Very low, right, so really hack attack is what you want to focus on against Heliopolis. Pierce armor is optimum. I mean, there's no point going against them with archers or anything like that. We have the Peltasts going against here. Ooh, let's see. Right, so going against the heroes. Blue is somewhat successful at taking the castles down. We need a little bit better organization from blue here. Definitely more castles and just a basic regrouping. Although he can't really pull back at this point, he's made significant progress. He can't lose that. Looks like he's probably short on wood, which he is, right? So there's a significant economic issue going on back there with blue as he's pumping out more and more units, which in Chinese I think there's a lot of wood required, and so that's probably why he's having a hard time there. Now let's see if he's right. So hack attack would be the optimum way to go here, and he is using that. That's good.
My name is Dr. Daniel O'Schraber. I am just a man. I have betrayed my own kind.
Okay, so red is making a lot of progress in. Let's see. It's somewhat equal at this point. There's no, well, from this view, it's red that's kind of outgunning blue, and game is over. So it looks like blue forfeited. Not sure why, probably because of food and wood. Right, I mean, red was doing a lot better in terms of eco. They had equal footing in terms of TC, so I think a few more corrections on this side would have kind of gotten blue to a somewhat decent place. So that difference in time you can see. 3 seconds on heroic and a couple in the tens of seconds on the classical. And mythic was there's a lot of difference there in terms of time. Let's look at myth units. Pegasi, not much. Not much focus on myth units in this game. Civilian, military. Red really bounced back pretty well here, considering all the losses that he had, probably because of the flood. Right, so blue, I believe his Achilles heel was just the wood and food, I believe. He just didn't have it ready. So if you look at food, red just dominates there. If you look at right around here is where all the trouble happened. So for wood, we can see blue was very at a disadvantage. I think the main reason could have been food, actually, not wood, but probably both, actually. So anyways, thanks for watching this, guys. I'll see you in the next match.